Hi, family. Psalm 27 is one of my most favorite passages of Scripture. It's what I'd like to call one of my vacation passages, a place in Scripture that I go to rest, to be restored, to receive encouragement when I may be feeling down or when I feel as if the weight of the world may be on my shoulders. But I also believe that not only is Psalm 27 a passage of encouragement, but David also provides 4 keys to intimacy with the Father's heart. And so I just want to share those with you, and I know this will be a blessing to you. Psalm 27 verses 4 and 5, I'm going to read it, and this is what it says. One thing I've desired of the Lord, that I will seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret place of his tabernacle he shall hide me. He shall set me high upon a rock. David goes on, and one of the things he says that it's intimacy with the heart of the Father that changes lives. It's intimacy within the heart of the Father that makes men and women, it makes us who we are, and it calls us into divine purpose, destiny, and a force to be reckoned with on the earth. 4 keys to intimacy he gives, specifically from Psalm 27. The first one comes from verse 4. He says that he wants to learn of God, to behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in his temple. David came to find out that the only way to really have intimacy with God is to learn his ways and to follow after them. But in order to follow after his ways, we have to learn of his ways. David knew that this just wasn't a one-time encounter, but that it was a lifelong relationship, one where he would see the splendor of God. He would learn of the ways of the Father, sit in his presence, enjoy his goodness. The second thing and key that I believe Psalm 27 gives us for intimacy with the Father's heart is through worship. Verse 6 says, I will offer sacrifice of joy. I will sing praises to the Lord. In the entirety of the Bible, David is one of the most excellent examples of what real worship looks like. In some portions, he shows us that worship looks like singing. In other portions, he shows us that worship looks like making music to the Lord. In other portions, he shows us that worship looks like dancing. But specifically, one of the greatest ways David shows us the key to the intimacy with the Father's heart is that worship looks like sacrifice. He said, I will daily worship God, making sacrifices of my time, of my resource, of my life. I will sing praises to him. Not only of the things that he's done, not only of the things that he's doing, but of the great plans he has for me and for you. The next key of intimacy that David tells us in Psalm 24 to the Father's heart is through prayer. Verses 7 and 8 says, Hear, O Lord, when I cry with my voice, answer me. Your face, Lord, I will seek. David knew that prayer was a face-to-face encounter with God. It was not just a one-time thing, but it had to be an ongoing conversation, one where he communed with a good Father, Daddy God. But then he learned that he had to wait for the Father to answer again. The Father wanted to commune with him also. Intimacy with the Father's heart looks like prayer, speaking to God, realizing that he knows us sometimes even better than we know ourselves, but then waiting for him to speak and respond back. The final step of intimacy that David lists in Psalm 24 is obedience. Verse 11 says, "Teach me your way, O Lord. Lead me in a smooth path." David knew that intimacy with the Father's heart was a journey, and that in order for him to achieve that and to daily walk in that, he must ready himself for this journey. How did he ready himself? By learning, by worshiping, by praying. Today, I believe God is inviting us on the journey of intimacy with his heart through learning about him, through constantly seeking his face in prayer, through making our lives of worship. One of my most favorite passages in the New Testament that talks about intimacy with the Father is John 14, and I want to read that. Verse 21 in the Passion Translation says, "Those who truly love me are those who obey my commandments. Whoever passionately loves me will be passionately loved by my Father, and I will passionately love you in return and will manifest my life within you." I want to encourage you that the Father desires to manifest his life within us through his Son by the power of his Spirit.